All right, it is Wednesday, November 4th. Welcome to November, 6:30 p.m. This Fans View Live, and we got Carl, John, Lauren, Anthony, and myself. How's everybody doing? Welcome to November.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah.
So we got, what are we doing tonight, John? What number?
Well, we got 37 for tonight. We're going to recap 36 with the winner, Brian Westbrook. A slight upset, I think, maybe. Beating out Robin Roberts, the Hall of Famer for the Phillies. But the viewer spoke, and Brian Westbrook is our winner. Also well-deserved.
Yep, absolutely.
And this week we have a little interesting one. It's a little bit slower number. We got no Sixer this week. None. No Sixers at all. Next couple of weeks will be a little slow for the Sixers.
We need to start making up names.
I thought that's what we had been doing.
Well, you'll be glad to know that the viewers did not vote for Bobby Clark for number 36.
Yes, because they're smart.
Well, but you voted for him, so I thought that you were going to follow, have the lead for him.
We're 2 minutes in, and he's already starting stuff.
Always got to stir the pot. For the Phillies, we have the viewers voted, and we got Ryan Sandberg as our winner for number 37. He played in 1981. More known as an outsider with the Cubs. He had 10-time All-Star and MVP in 84, 9-time Gold Glover, 7-time Silver Slugger, Baseball Hall of Famer in 2005. But as far as the Phillies, he was the one that was a throw-in. Would you say with the Larry Boa trade with getting Vontae Jesus from the Cubs? For the Eagles, we have Tom Witashek. Played in the late or early 60s into 70s. He was a local kid born in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Played at West Virginia. He was a running back. He had 111 games played with the Eagles. Good Eagle. One probably the fan favorite here is going to be Eric Desjardins for the Flyers. I know our Flyers fans will be excited here. We're going to get Jack's going to be happy with this one. He's a 7-time Barry Ashby Award winner. He played here 11 years with the Flyers. 738 games. He was a plus 143. A very solid defenseman here for the Flyers. And for the outsider, we have Casey Stengel, who also had a little bit of a stint here with the Phillies for 2 years. But he was more known for the Yankees and the Mets. 9-time World Series champion. His number was retired by the Yankees and the Mets. And he's also a member of the Hall of Fame in 1966. So he played here with the Phillies for 2 years in 1920 to 1921.
I remember that. Hey, John, before the night gets away from us, so Brian Brown is challenging number 36 for Sandberg, number 37 for Sandberg, saying he was number 23. So I'll let you go to bat.
Hey, as far as the Phillies website itself, it says 37. It was Ryan Sandberg's number. So
Was that when he was a player or a coach?
No, as a player.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So what was his number?
That was that one exhibition game. And,
well, he only had 13 games here with the Phillies for his career, so
Right.
But that was the viewer. I mean, I would have gone personally with Chad Durbin myself, or maybe Rael Cormier, but the viewers went with Ryan Sandberg. So
I just think Brian Brown wanted to hear his name tonight on the show. So.
He usually does,
Just kidding. Don't get mad at us.
Was Ryan Sandberg included in the outsider then at 23 or no?
No, he was not. I don't think he wasn't. He didn't make it. I mean, he was included at 23. Yes, for the outsider, but he didn't make the cut.
Oh, yeah. No, I just meant with you.
Yeah.
That was a big number for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that Michael Jordan might have.
I can't
stole that
believe
one.
we're still talking about a manager who quit on his team and left the city.
Yeah.
I don't care what number he wore. I'll never let him live it down.
Right.
That
No, of
was
course.
horrible.
Yeah. So Mario, who do you have?
I'm going with Desjardins.
There you
It's
go.
it's a no-brainer for me because nobody else on here really matters to me. So this is a bad number, John.
You're going to have that every once in a while.
Yeah, no doubt.
We had a lot of good ones up until now, but this time you have a bad one. Gotta,
By the way, Mom's confused because there's a delay from me talking and what she hears in the other room. She actually got up and walked in. She's like, "It's not matching." I'm like, "There's a delay, Mom. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're not going crazy."
There's a delay for us too.
that's too funny.
So
Lauren, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Desjardins as well.
There you go. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Yeah, Sandberg. That's a tough one. That poor guy is tough to get any votes. I mean, even before he left the Phillies, just being a club, and then he just blew it. So that's a rough number. So he should definitely win.
Over the one day, he had 148 votes. So it was
Wow.
I was surprised.
wow.
It was a landslide. It was 148 for 39 for Raul Cormier. So I was surprised.
Even the outsider, Casey Stengel. I mean, there are not too many people that were around for that to either.
No, but as Carl said, he remembers those days.
See many of black and white photos. Hey, so all right, so we're talking about throw-ins on trades, right?
Yep.
So Desjardins came over from Montreal, right? He had won a cup there. Who was the throw-in on that trade?
LeClaire.
Oh man, I wanted to dangle the carrot for a couple of minutes.
That's a fair guy here. Who do you think you're going to slide it past?
That might be the only Flyers trivia I can't answer. The only one I knew.
About that, huh?
Yeah. It's always those throw-ins that are always the ones that get you sometimes.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that one worked for us here in Philadelphia, but a lot of them have been the other way for Philadelphia sports fans.
Poor Dolly's hearing the show twice.
Well,
We're so good, she gets to hear us twice.
she's
There you
actually
go.
only hearing me twice.
Oh,
She can't hear you guys because you're coming through my ears.
gotcha.
So don't feel too lucky for her because she's got to hear me twice and not you guys.
Gotcha.
So who do you have, Carl?
Stop.
As like I need to ask you, but
Stop.
got to make
Stop.
it.
I'm gonna pick the blind sixer.
Oh,
Please. Come on. Eric Desjardins. Why not?
Absolutely, I agree with you.
I do love Mom's background commentary.
You like that?
Uh-huh.
You can't make it out. She
Yeah.
just echoes.
You can't really hear her. She's kind of like Charlie Brown's teacher. I hear her, but I have no idea what she's saying.
She's throwing one in for Tom Woodishick for Sister Woodishick, who goes to our
You knew that was
Sister Ann from our Mother of Good Counsel.
Yep. I knew that was coming from a mile away.
Yep. She never got me Tommy's information so I could bring him to Havertown, but that's okay.
Wow.
Too funny.
She
Oh
knows
my
too
God.
many people in high places. I am not messing with that.
What are you gonna do?
So, John, where are you going?
Oh, I'm definitely going up Eric Desjardins as well.
So we got the orange and black sweep tonight?
We did.
Absolutely.
Wow. That may be a first, eh?
Mm,
No, Clarky got him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wait, so we didn't sweep Bernie
Clarity.
at number one?
Well, Bernie also had Ashburn too, so that was
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I know John went with Ashburn. So
because I did because Bernie still hasn't liked me as a friend on Facebook, so that's why he never got me there.
I can see
We're
why.
up to number 37. That's like it's almost like a year now. You know, I
The
mean,
way
it's half
you're
a year
always
now.
whipping everybody. No wonder.
You know, it's just all I had to do is just push the like button, and I would have had to vote for him, and he could have had a clean sweep there. But you know, it is what it is. It's all good.
Oh man.
It's all good. And then he comes here and he's sitting here at the table and he calls me his buddy. Then, but you know, he still doesn't. You know. But you know, it's water under the bridge.
I don't know, John. Sounds like you're still holding a grudge.
He is. You can definitely taste it. He's spewing it. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that fishing trip with him too.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I'm waiting 30
Me too.
years. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
and now that the boat's officially in the water, and now he's got the Italian French connection, we'll never see that boat. Never. No. The only way we get to see it is if we get down there and take a picture of it.
We get to see the pictures on Facebook though. That's good.
I don't know. 16 was 16 a sweep. I have trouble remembering yesterday. Was Clarkey a sweep? You guys?
Yeah, for us, I believe it was. Yeah, because I mean, would have only been Cesar Hernandez.
Oof.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a sweep.
All
Hey,
right.
he's a Gold Glove winner.
Yeah.
He is. Yes,
Yes,
he
he
is.
was. Well deserved. Yep.
Wah, 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 wah.
But yeah, it's all good.
Yep.
Same with JP Crawford. He ended up getting it yesterday as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's doing well out there in Seattle, Washington.
He is. Yeah,
Doing very, very well. Good for him.
exactly. Yep. So we're ready to move on to fantasy football.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, why
Go
not?
right ahead.
Why not?
You know, because we do have a big announcement here. Because this was a historic week. You know, Lauren and Anthony's team was the high scorer for us host all time.
All right,
So-
moving right along.
Hey! Let us soak in this glory for a second here. It'll probably never happen again.
We worked hard.
Yeah,
Especially we. You had no part of it whatsoever.
Wow.
You made no picks. I showed you the defensive options, and you wanted nothing to do with it. You said, "Oh, I don't have time to look these up," and walked away.
Oh,
No. I merely have to share the spotlight with you, but you're not taking the credit.
so I'm scratching it off. Anthony's name's on here.
Wow.
Just like her mom.
And she hasn't even said I do yet. Just wait till then.
Mm. Just that's all you can do.
Exactly.
If you contributed, we wouldn't be even having this conversation.
But no, this was a very tough week for overall. It was a lot of injuries and everything. But Lauren and Anthony, Lauren pulled it all out, pulled out all the watched out, hopped over all the pitfalls, and picked out an outstanding team this week. It was 263.18 to 166.5. So it was a landslide. Brought us back even now, 4-4 for the season. Got us, I believe, a little closer to for the overall score points as well. So now it's Mario's turn this week to take us back over the 500 mark.
You got it.
Want to also congratulate Stephen White. He was the overall viewers pick. He had the highest score for the viewers at 233.68. It was a outstanding week by him as well with all the viewers picks. there was a lot of tough scores this week for the viewers with injuries and last minute injury outs. So it was a very good pick. DK Metcalf was the winner for the high score for the viewers. It was another awesome week this week with the viewers too voting. We had 144. I mean, we had 44 voters this week and players. So that was a big week for us. We want to thank everybody for that.
Hey, before you move on with that DK Metcalf guy, so this fantasy league that I'm in, some guy tried to propose a trade. He offered me some leftover Halloween candy for Metcalf. I mean, come on, seriously? I mean, that was the worst possible trade you could come up with.
You were getting 2 healthy bodies on your team.
And a bag of M&Ms.
Bag of M&Ms had peanuts in them, so they were good.
I was not giving him up. You see what he did this week.
Well, of course, he went off this week, but the week before he had 4 points for you. So that and you had a lot of people. So I was trying to sneak in on the buy low, and it worked out.
Gotcha. Go on with your fantasy stuff.
I'd like to throw a challenge flag here, if I may. I noticed that when John isn't picking for the host, he also picks as a viewer.
I knew
John,
this was coming.
is that correct?
It is.
That doesn't feel right. You're not a viewer.
I'm competitive. I gotta show the viewers how to go.
But it feels like you're working against us because wouldn't you want them to lose?
No, I do my votes at the very end after the voting's already over, so they don't know.
So he's cheating even more.
It's scammy, but not helpful scam. So I don't know what you got going on here, John. But I have a feeling it's got something to do with these double numbers. One guy winning twice, submitting. But you're a host. I don't know what you got going on over there.
It's just a competitive thing.
You're like the Pete Rose of this fan's view.
Oh,
But you
wow.
seem to be involved with a whole lot of illegal activity that's going to keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Well, I'm in first place though overall for the viewer side of things.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's just one of those things you gotta play just to learn. So it's just kind of for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to sit out 3 weeks. It's hard for me to sit back and not play. I even played in next week. I'll play against myself.
But you know what, John? That did not come out right.
I said again.
Okay, all right.
It's a family show, remember?
And I have the microphone, so it's not bleeping today. So I know it had to come out clear.
So you don't have any other fantasy football leagues that you're in other than this?
Oh yeah, I got 9 other ones too. But
why don't you just pay attention to them? Do you stay too?
I just got a lot of idle time. I got to be able to do something with my time.
Having 9 fantasy football leagues seems like an awful lot of time.
Well, when you're sitting on the couch all day long, that's what happens.
Oh, boy. Anywho.
But I mean, it's fun,
So, not to be confused with anyone else, how many players did we have this past week?
We had 44.
Beautiful.
Does that include you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm in first place, but I'm not in first place because I can't win. I mean, whoever comes in second place behind me a couple hundred points, they'll be in first place.
All right.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I gotcha.
It is what it is. Yeah. I could have put it on there and said my name was Kyle or something. Used it as Kyle, which Tyler would have been not too happy with because then Kyle would have looked like he was the genius. But but it's just for fun. I like doing it just to see what happens. See if I can get a good pick over the viewers.
Well, the real viewers are on to you now. So
Well, they are, but it's okay. I don't hide it. I put it right there as John is the viewer. That's all. So,
Oh God! All right, so
we
moving
had,
on.
yeah, so we had 25. We're going to get our prize here from Carl's Cards. It was probably the sponsor of the fantasy football, and they donated the Mike Quick and Merle Reese photo, the 11x14 photo autographed. And then that's what we're going to give away today. There was 25 people that were smart enough to pick DK Metcalf. So that was a good pick because this week if there was a rough week, and if you picked Dalvin Cook, went out on the limb there with Dalvin Cook, you got into the top 10 there real easily because he had nice 47 points himself, but he wasn't the high scorer. Which I know Anthony was picking. He wanted to go with Dalvin Cook, but I think he told me that's why you guys picked Dalvin Cook.
Mhm.
But it was just it was a very nice pick by him. But so yeah, we got 25 people that were in our raffle. So we have our numbers that are on the website for the post underneath of my votes for my picks of the week. And so I got them in the generator, and we'll go from there. This is week number 8. So we're going to do it 8 times.
Do you think John puts himself into the raffle too?
No, not at all. No, because I can't win. I'm a host, but you just play.
But you play as a viewer. See, you get it, but then you don't.
John, I'm on your side. It's just for fun.
It's for fun. It's come on.
No,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
show
my
is
God.
just for fun, and I'm liking it tonight.
I think we're going to start bringing popcorn every week.
When she brings this is good stuff. This is-
I tell you to bring the popcorn every night.
I need to bring it every Wednesday.
Exactly. You got to.
Damn.
So number 13 is the winner. That is Lon Floyd Jr. Congratulations. Come pick it up at the store, or contact us at the store here, or one of us to get it either shipped out to you, or you can pick it up, and we can go from there. And then this week's prize, we got 2 photos. We got Bill Berge and Roman Gabriel, both again donated by Carl's Cards and Collectibles, and so I think we're about 50%. Our counties are voted right now for this week's voting. So I'm going to have a late night myself tallying all the rest of the votes for this week.
Do you need the district attorney to get involved, or
I may have to.
I think he's a little busy right now.
I may have to, but yeah, it's going to be a long night of counting votes after I'm done here with the show. But we will have that done, and Mario has his team pretty much locked up already.
Yeah, I just got to make one little tweak, and I'll do that as soon as I get home.
Yep. And so yeah,
Hopefully everybody's out of my house. So
so yeah, so that was our recap there for the week. So it was good.
Very good. So let's we touched on it for a couple of minutes there with JP Crawford and Cesar Hernandez, 2 former Phillies that just so happened to be Gold Glove winners this year. Pretty cool for both those guys, right? Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're well deserved. I mean, both of them are good players here. Solid. I mean, JP unfortunately got hurt a lot when he was here, and never really got the full chance. But what was he, 21, 22 years old when we gave up on him and moved him on? So, he was just coming into playing baseball, but he always had a nice glove. Just needed the time, and Cesar always played well here, and he was always close here. I thought, being a Gold Glover, and he just never.
How many years was he here with the Phillies? It was quite a bit, right?
I believe it was like 8 or 9 years with the Phillies.
Yeah, he was here for a while.
Yeah,
And,
and that 3 years.
Yeah. But Anthony, our friend help me out. Mikey Robinson, right? He's
Yep.
he was behind bringing JP to Carl's Cards. Does he still keep in touch with JP?
Yeah, he texts him every now and then. He texted him the other day. Congrats with everything. I mean, I feel Cesar definitely had his chance with us. JP definitely didn't get enough time, unfortunately. And I imagine it's not the first time that he's gonna. Well, it's the first time, but it's not the last time he's gonna win that award. I mean, when you see a lot of those top 10 plays of the day or the week or whatever, he's usually right up there. If he didn't make the top 10, he's right near there. He's pretty amazing to watch at that position. So I imagine he'll win a bunch more. But yeah, they did. They gave up on him too quick, unfortunately.
Kind of like what the Phillies do, right?
Right now, it seems to be kind of what they do over the last few years. Especially when you haven't necessarily had the best draft picks or had the best young guys shake out. You would think that you might keep them a little longer, but yeah, they just not made the best moves, and that's kind of where they are.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Joe Stick asking about our Rookie of the Year candidate, Alec Baum. Anybody hearing anything?
No, I mean,
Yep.
I'm gonna wait a little bit here. I guess when do they, John? Do you know when they announce it? It's not yet. It's like a few more days.
Yeah, because I think with today the National League Gold Glove Award winners probably, and then they do every other year day.
I want to say the 9th. I thought I heard the 9th might be the right day.
For the year.
Yeah, but no, I mean, geez. I mean, you'd have to have him a finalist after the year he was. I didn't watch as much of the rest of the league as I have in years past, but just looking at him and his numbers alone, I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's obviously a finalist, but maybe he could win. I don't know the rest of his competitors that well.
I believe it's down to probably going to be between him and the pitcher. He had close to 18 strikeouts per 9 innings. This year, so he put up a pretty good season as well. So it depends on how you're going to go, if you're going to go pitcher versus a everyday player for that position. Al came up and played well here. Over not I don't know. I won't say overachieved, but he
He hustled.
Well, no, he did,
I mean,
but he came what we thought. He may have some struggles defensively at third base there, but he had a couple early when he first came up, but then he really came in to play a pretty solid third base there when he was here. So
it'll be nice if we have somewhat of a normal year next year to watch him play for a whole normal season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can do it. Now, every level up to now, he has done it. He's done it in full seasons, and he's done it in a 60-game season. So I imagine he can do it again. But, after next year, maybe the pitchers see him a little more. Maybe they pick on some things. Let's see what happens next year. If he has another year like that next year, then you definitely know he's a special player.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus he's going to have a full season or off season there, coming in spring training, hopefully, knowing that, hey, I'm the third baseman and not, being in on the bubble, for Dave's wise for being able to keep control of him for another year, that he knows he's coming right out, out of the chutes, going to be the starting third baseman, or starting position player on the team, starting opening day. So no, it's a good sight to see, because that's a big piece that we need to have in our lineup, for a guy that's going to produce like he can and, be at a salary that he is that should help us get, a JT Realmuto signed or a DD signed or, be able to help us other ways as well. But
it's good in general, just with all the, obviously, like you mentioned, all the uncertainty with all the other positions.
Right.
They at least got one guy that you can feel pretty, confident in. because a lot of the other positions are just a question mark at this point.
Exactly. That's true. That's for sure. So, yeah, you gotta see what we can do there. So,
All right, so let's turn the show over to Lauren Henderson in Humane, Pennsylvania, because she's got a big art auction that's in full gear, and I want to give her all the time that she needs to promote that and talk about it, and maybe even talk about a couple of special items, whether it be sports or art items. The floor is yours, Lauren. Take as much time as you need.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely want to start by thanking those of you that I've seen register, and some of you have started to bid on a few items. So that's exciting to see some familiar names. I moved to Reading about 4-ish years ago, I would say. So it's nice to see some names from sort of back home, or at least from the store or from this fan's view. So I appreciate that very much. But like my dad said, we have our annual art auction fundraiser happening. I can guarantee you that if you're not an art person, that's okay. I would say probably 50% of the items that are up for bid are not artwork at all. They're trips to Chicago, Pittsburgh, New York. We have a trip to Atlantis. So there is pretty much something for everyone in it. Budgets of all sizes, starting bids from $20 to $400. So definitely something for everyone on there, depending on what you like. But yeah, as far as a couple items go, you can kind of see an Aaron Nola stand up to John's left there. That is up for bid in the auction. It's actually a Yingling promotional item, so he's their new spokesperson, so to speak. So it's actually a cardboard standout, kind of similar to those Dutch ones we saw floating around for a while, kind of a similar thing. And that also comes with an Aaron Nola signed All-Star baseball and a Joe Girardi signed baseball. So those would come with it. There's a couple of other sports items. There's some Penn State tickets. There's some Steelers tickets. There's a Vince Papale piece. So there is a lot of variety, a lot of really good stuff. It's one of our more quality auctions, I would say, this year than I've remembered in the past. This is my 5th one now as part of Humane Pennsylvania. So it's fun to see this event grow. And we really put a lot of time and effort into this one this year. It was supposed to be May 16th in person in Reading. That obviously didn't happen. So we had postponed it for November 14th. That's obviously coming up, but we cannot have it in person this year. So this is our first time doing it online through a virtual auction platform. So we decided to use GiveSmart, which is a pretty recognizable platform. If you bid on other fundraisers or have seen other auctions, it's really, really, really user-friendly. It's super easy to register. You can see the items without even registering. So I know John has put the link at the very bottom, scrolling by right now. So feel free to grab that link, just hpaartauction.givesmart.com. You'll be able to browse the items without even registering. But then if you want to register and bid, you'll have to put a credit card in for that. But there is still 24 or so items, I think, without bids on them currently right now, which is really nice. There's 104 items total. So once again, just something for everyone. And then, of course, all the money that we raise for this event comes back to the organization for our mission and for the animals that are in our care between 2 shelters, 2 vet hospitals, and a wide variety of community programs. One of our biggest community programs is Spike's Pet Pantry. So from time to time, you'll see me through the store or this fan's view asking for bags of dry dog and cat food. And that's to help with our Spike's Pet Pantry program, which helps folks who have fallen on some financially hard times. And instead of surrendering their animal to an animal shelter because they can't afford food, we would rather provide them with the food that they need for the month to help them get by until they kind of get back on their feet. So as you can imagine, a lot of people found themselves on financially hard times at the height of the pandemic. We expect the need to increase as we get into the winter months. We've already given away 250,000 pounds of food this year to those in need, and we just expect that to go up. So all the money that's raised through this auction supports that program, as well as the 4,000 plus animals that find themselves in our shelter throughout the course of the year. So every dollar comes back to the organization. All of our costs have been covered by sponsors, so you don't have to worry about, 90 cents of it, coming back to the organization and our mission, and 10% going, or 10 cents going to overhead or anything like that. It's the straight 100% of what you bid on any of the items comes back to the organization, and you get a cool item out of it. So I hope you guys check it out. If you have any questions at all, I'm sure you guys know how to reach me at this point. I'd be happy to answer them. The auction closes next Saturday, November 14th at 9 p.m. For those of you that might be interested, we'll be doing a live show, kind of similar to this format. We'll be using StreamYard as well, but a similar type format where it'll be myself and my coworker Chelsea, and some of the more notable folks in Berks and Lancaster counties chatting with us about their involvement with Humane Pennsylvania. We'll be showcasing some of the items and where they're at bid-wise. It'll just be a really fun night. It'll kind of like be watching the Super Bowl, so to speak. We'll all be in different places, but watching something exciting at the same time. So that starts at 7 o'clock next Saturday night. It'll be about an hour, and then at 9 o'clock, the bidding closes. So it'll be a fun night, and I'll certainly share the link for that live stream on the Fans View if anyone wants to check it out. It's free to watch. But I hope you guys bid. And like I said, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have another show between now and then. So maybe next week, you get all that information to John so we can scroll all that at the bottom. Nothing more funner to do on a Saturday night, right? Grab a 6-pack of your favorite cola and check out the auction items, right?
Sounds good.
It's on my to-do list.
And the best part about this too, if you go onto that link, you don't even have to, bid on anything yourself. Just donate. Donate as well. That'll help if you don't see something. Of all those. What do you say now? It's up to 101 now. You said
104 items. Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't see something there, which I would be surprised if you don't, but if you don't, you want to donate to help out, that helps as well. And plus, this thing's got to be worth more now, just because it's going to be on 3 episodes of This Fans View. It's a live prop show.
Yes.
It's
event worn at this point.
Exactly. Just that in itself helps it out. So, just saying.
Just saying. Hey, so while we're checking off some things on our list, so Mario, why don't you update everybody, because you got a big move in process. Yep. And you're getting ready to get out of Delco for a little bit. So why don't you update everybody, because you're gonna be in and out for a few weeks till you get settled in. So why don't you update everybody so they all know where you're going to be living?
All right. Right now, as you can see, I have a different background. I'm over Dolly's house. I had a showing at my house today for rent, so I had to go remote. I'm in the process of packing everything up, and I will be moving out of here a week from tomorrow and driving down to Florida with a couple friends of mine who I'll end up flying back home on me, because they're helping me move. And then, so probably next week, I probably will not be on the show because I'll be loading up the truck. Week after that is iffy because it's my first week of work. And then the Wednesday after that, which is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I was ordered to fly home and spend Thanksgiving with my family from my new boss. So I will be on a plane home. And if I can get Wi-Fi on the plane, I'll be on the show.
There you go. That's going to be our Turkey Bowl show. So
there you go. So I might, just to make it so I'm not crowded with people around me, I might upgrade myself to first class and do it that way.
Yeah, so you'll definitely have Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, because it doesn't go to the back of the plane; it just goes to the front of the plane.
right? That's
So,
why they
yeah.
charge you.
That's right, exactly right. Yeah, but yeah, this is the next. Well, last week and the next couple of weeks are going to be insanely busy. I keep telling the agent that I have working on my house, it's really difficult for me to pack when I have to leave for 2 hours and then come back and then leave for 2 hours after that. So I told him just pick a block of time and do it that way. It's a lot easier. So after Sunday, I believe there won't be anybody in my house until I'm gone. This way I can take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to pack everything up and load the truck up and go. So I've been trying to reach out to everybody, that's been reaching out to me. And if I forget people, I'll be back. So I'm not going away for good.
Well, good luck on the move and the travel and safe journeys.
Yep.
Moving. Not usually a lot of fun, but you try to make fun out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. And the guys that are helping me, Paul, that was on the show.
right.
He's helped me, my buddy Bill, who you met. And then I'll be picking up Larry and driving him down to his house. He's got to pick up Barb's car and drive it back up. So,
Okay.
yeah. So at least we'll both have company on the way down.
There
So
you
it'll be
go.
fun. Yeah.
Well, good luck to everybody,
Yes.
and we'll certainly be here, and you'll find time for us.
Oh, absolutely. And Lauren, I was looking on the site while you were explaining everything. They got some really, really good stuff on here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, the trips are really nice. I think I mentioned last time that they're good for all of 2021. So folks who might be a little nervous about traveling to different areas right now, you'll be able to do that in all of 2021. And I would imagine that, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that things get back to normal as soon as possible. But in the event that you can't use it for a very lengthy period of time in 2021, I would imagine most of those places will be pretty accommodating. They were accommodating the first time around because, like I said, this auction was supposed to be May 16th. So some of those certificates and tickets and stuff expired in the summer or fall, and they went ahead and extended it for all of 2021. So they've been great to work with. Especially a lot of those places have really been hit hard this year because museums and stuff like that, they couldn't be open. So it's great that they were still willing to help us out.
And then there's stuff. I mean, if you're closer to Philadelphia or the 422 area, there's literally a package for every single person. There's all different food and restaurants, and you don't have to like sports or art or any of that. There's something literally for any type of person or stuff to buy Christmas gifts and stuff. It's a really good auction for sure.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mario, my one question is you were saying how stressful it is. I hope it's not going to affect your fantasy picks for this week because we are trying to get it back.
Oh no, I'm focused on that, John. I made sure I blocked out at least 20 minutes to take my picks.
Oh,
So, while I was doing my coffee this morning. So
20 minutes. This isn't going to be good.
I don't.
And I gave mine.
I don't want them to get too confident.
Yeah, but we got to get over 500. I don't like being under 500.
I got this. Don't worry about it.
As long as you call that hotline from week one, that's all I care about.
No, there is no hotline. It's all me, or maybe it's all me. I'm not sure.
You say so.
No.
We're counting on you.
Speaking of calling a guy, how's our armchair quarterback guy doing?
Jason, he's doing good.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see him for Thanksgiving, but I don't think it's going to happen because I think we're doing different things. But he's, as you can imagine, a tough man to get a hold of. So maybe we should plan on having him back on the show sometime in December, maybe.
Yep, definitely
What do you
before
think?
the season's over.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I want to make sure that unless he can actually take my place on the show one week when I'm not going to be here, so I'll check with him and see if he's okay with that. So if you guys would be okay with that, So I'll check with him, see what he said. We'll see when he's not busy.
All right. Well, we're trying to chew up as much time as possible to leave John as little time as possible because he wants to dive into Eagles football, and I've been trying to kill as much time as I can so he can't.
On that. So did
Go
the
right
Phillies-
ahead. Go right
Yeah.
ahead. Go right ahead.
Did the Phillies make JT an offer, or did they not?
Oh, they did.
And it was not good enough.
Well, it was only the qualifying offer for like little
Okay.
under $19 million for the 1 year, just so that if he does walk away, they get the compensation pick for him.
Gotcha.
So that's why they knew he wasn't going to accept it, but they had to put it out there to protect themselves to get the compensation draft pick. They didn't do it for Didi Gregorius because they figured it would have been around the same price as JT's qualifying offer, and he probably would have taken that for the 1 year, and they didn't want to pay him that much, I guess, for the 1 year.
Okay.
And hopefully they could have worked out hopefully they can still work out a cheaper but longer term deal that works for both sides there. But that's not looking good either.
In your humble opinion, John, do you think they want JT or are they just going through the motions?
I think they want him here as long as nobody else puts an offer in for him.
So they don't really want him here then.
No, they want him here.
I mean,
But if somebody's going to come in with stupid money, real stupid money, they're not going to be in on it. They're just going to,
which is 100% going to happen. I mean,
right.
The best catcher in the game doesn't come along very much. Someone's going to offer 200, 300 million, whatever the hell it is, and I can't blame the guy. I would take it too.
Of course, right.
But,
and then then Bryce is going to be mad because JT's not there, and it's going to create a situation. So I don't know. I don't know who's making the decisions. I don't know how long the decisions are made.
So
they got other things going on behind the scenes.
Quintek's still making the decisions. He hasn't gone anywhere.
But if that happens,
but how long is that going to last? The whole thing's it's a cluster like everything else right now.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But if that happens and JT walks and Didi walks, what do you think Harper's going to do? Do you think he's going to try to get out of his no trade clause? Can he get out of his no trade clause?
I don't think he can. I mean, he can obviously if both sides want to go that way,
Right.
But I don't know that. I mean, unless the Phillies are just going to decide, hey, we're not going to go all in right now, and we're going to break it down. Then you would get rid of them possibly. But
I mean,
that's not going to be a thing here in the city, though.
They have to they got him to sign a contract here saying that they were interested in winning. So
Right.
if JT doesn't come back, which is looking less likely all the time, then you need to show Bryce Harper that you're going to invest all your resources to get the best pitching staff that there ever was to get back to it as quick as possible. Because the last thing you need is when you don't sign JT, then Bryce is rumbling. If you don't sign JT and then you're trying to get the best pitching, the best free agents with that, get the best bullpen there ever was, then he might be okay and he might settle down a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, it'll help. But the problem is, at that point, who's going to want to come here? That's going to be the top guys. That you're not,
No, you got to do some great drafting. You got to do things you haven't been doing well lately.
Right.
It's not going to happen overnight. You're right. No one's going to want to sign you if JT's leaves.
Right.
So you're going to have to think outside the box and do like Tampa Bay or St. Louis or Oakland has done in the past. And
yeah, but that's 5-6 years away if you're to get something like that.
Right. So then in the immediate short term would be to get the best general manager that would come to Philadelphia. And yeah, it's not an easy process.
It's definitely hard. Like I said, you kind of almost have to go. Like I try to keep throwing out there that you got to build a team for 4 or 5 years that's a major league team, and then as a farm system, as an organization, work on the farm system for that 4 to 5 years to hopefully be able to do it. As far if you want to try to compete, but that's you're spending a lot of money to hope that nobody's going to get hurt during that time. you can still be able to do that. And like we've seen, you can't just go out and buy a championship, but you might be able to be competitive, but you're not going to be able to buy the best of everybody. But and even like the Yankees did with getting the guy from Pittsburgh there, it didn't help him. It helped them this year get to the World Series. So
this is a rhetorical question because I don't know. Actually, I do know. We're never going to know the answer to this. Why would you go and spend $300 million on Bryce Harper 1 year and then do absolutely not a damn thing the year after that?
Well, they didn't do a damn thing. They went out and got Wheeler after that, but
okay. But now they're not doing anything.
Well, they are now because the pandemic. They're gonna use that as the excuse,
which is
as well,
stupid.
which is an excuse, but it's a reality as well. But they do things to sell tickets. They go halfway in, so that they can sell tickets.
So they're not about winning; they're about selling tickets.
Well, I mean, it's more of a business. It's more business.
The problem is
if we win, we win. After that,
you can do both if your coaching and the drafting that you've had at the minor league level has been good. So if you get JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper, and you got these young guys like Spencer Howard and Alec Boehm coming up, you think you can do what? But the problem is there's not enough Spencer Howards and Alec Boehms,
right?
And they want to spend money on more than JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper because they're pretty conservative actually compared to most teams with that stuff. So the problem becomes then what do? They're not going to spend like the Yankees or the Dodgers, but they don't have enough people to backfill at the minors. So you're kind of left with like the situation we have now where Bryce Harper's like, well, now what? You sold me a bill of goods that we're going to win, and we're not even close to winning.
Right.
Now, I would think, because I'm not the biggest genius in the world, you would think that most people would be able to see this. I mean, I feel like I knew this coming into spring training with no pitching, but I don't know why no one else sees this. They think like, hey, we have Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, we're going to win it all. Of course, you don't want him to leave because he's the best catcher in the game. At the same time, get some pitching. I don't know.
I think part of the problem is Middleton's not a baseball man, and Clintack and McPhail aren't baseball men or current baseball men that you need. They were more, well, Clintack obviously wasn't probably born, but you're talking about McPhail in the 80s when he was with Minnesota was the last time he was any good.
So let's do this. Let's have a peace agreement that we stop talking about McPhail, Mick whatever, because obviously we've all read and watched the press conference. He's got a year left. Everybody's finishing out their contracts, right? We really don't know where baseball is going next year. We don't know what's going to happen. It's normally you're talking about general managers meetings coming up. None of that is going to happen.
That was all canceled.
Yeah, I just think all of baseball is going to be in a tough spot. Even the team that does sign JT Realmuto. But I really think for our own, just because we're all fans, right? We're all Phillies fans. Well, most of us are. You've got to, like Anthony said, you got to think outside the box. And you don't think any of these guys are putting some sort of a game plan together, where, okay, we lose, JT, who's going to replace him? We got to bring somebody in that was, I don't know, even half as good. I mean, is there such a thing? Because they're not going to be, they're not going to be a clunker of a baseball team. They're still going to be okay.
I mean, if you get a catcher, right, that hits 250 and can throw some guys out, most teams will take that, and then from there develop some pitching, and then you could figure out all the other positions. I mean, it
Well,
always.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think this team is going to be. Yeah, they're not going to be the same without JT there. Absolutely, I'd be nuts to sit here and think that. But I mean, we can't find somebody for a year or two until like you said, we piece this thing together.
You're going to have Andrew Knapp and Marshall.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. You're selling it, but I'm not buying it.
Well, no, I think they're going to do that, and hopefully, I think that's their plan, that they're going to do that, and then use that money that was JT's money to buy pitching.
Well, I swore I wasn't going to get into it with you tonight, and I'm not, because I said I wouldn't.
I know, and you wasted a lot of time. We can't even get to the Eagles now.
I know, and this is perfect. So
You're welcome, Carl. You're welcome.
Marcham is not going to be your backup catcher next year. There's no way. And Knapp is not going to be your starting catcher. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to sell any tickets if that's the case. I don't care if Bryce is here or not.
If you go out and get more pitching instead?
Well, you have to get pitching, but you are also going to have to go out and buy one of these, free agent type catchers that's available every year, that everybody seems to do quite fine with. I believe Washington won a World Series, with a backup catcher.
Well,
Go ahead.
He's one of the guys that's available, Suzuki or Eric Kratz. I mean, those are the types of guys you're going to get. So if you're going to get that, would you just rather keep Knapp then?
I'd sign a guy like that for like a 1 or 2 year deal, and have Knapp as the backup. And if Knapp shows you could play every day, then you could switch him. But I would still go with someone else and just focus on the pitching for now. But again, it's not an easy process. It's not like you just sign 4 or 5 new pitchers and then you also got a bullpen that they just blew up too. So it's going to be a long road ahead for them. It's going to be a couple of years now, I would imagine.
Yeah, but and you're taking 4 or 5 of the best years of Bryce Harper's, career, his prime years before, away from him, and wasting it. So.
Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see how that plays out, because that's probably more important than any free agent you could bring here.
Well, when I say that the team's conservative, I mean sort of like the mentality. They'll spend it, but it takes a little bit for them to want to spend it. They're very conservative with their money, so it's probably going to come to a head. I mean, it's going to take a while. You don't just get pitching and then you're all better. It's going to take a while. So if he doesn't want to be here, I'm sure they'll have those meetings. But that's not going to be great for the Phillies fans when the day that if that was to hit the news, it would be a debacle. You think the world would be ending. When in reality, I mean, it's great to have them, but you also need that pitching. So it's going to be see how it plays out.
So to Joe Stinger's question, do you think if they don't sign JT, they're going to lose fans?
I don't think so. I think the people love the Phillies no matter what. They could lose the whole damn team and people would still like the Phillies. They'd be very upset if Harper left, but they'd still like the Phillies. No.
And we've seen that over the years.
Well, they'll lose fans as far as ticket sales.
For a while.
They won't lose fans.
But going into this year, and I know we got to end it here soon, but going into this year, we don't, it's probably almost impossible for them to be. Who's buying a season ticket right now? You know what I mean?
Not a lot of people.
You think JT's going to lose, and you don't know if we're going to be able to play. It's probably a sell right now.
Oh, I'm not saying, I'm just saying you're going to lose in general, because of the COVID thing, not knowing what's going to happen. But I'm just saying, even if it was a full healthy year, let's say where there is no COVID, you would still lose fans because of it. As far as buying tickets, unless you went out and right before you got a Garrett Cole type of thing, move to like you did with Bryce Harper right before opening day to be able to sell tickets.
I hope they use it as more of a lesson. It's great to get Bryce Harper, but if you only have if you have a certain amount of money that you want to spend or not spend, and you're using it all on Bryce Harper because you don't want to spend more than that, it's probably not the best move unless you're ready to win that day.
Right.
Correct.
They need to be a little more patient with it and don't get the big, flashy names sometimes, because as you see with Tampa Bay, that doesn't always work that way.
Right. No.
All right. Well, here we are. We
Did I do a good job?
we finished up the hour and we talked this much Eagles. Right
There we go.
It's
Well-
a bye week. They're not playing, so we're
Right.
we didn't miss a beat.
All right. So, Carl, we'll do takeaways. You're first.
All right. Well, speaking of Bryce Harper, we've got his buddy coming in the store on Saturday, Tom Burgoyne, and he's the friend of the Philly Fanatics. So we'll keep the Philly fever alive. We'll talk to Tom. We'll find out maybe he's got some inside scoop for us. So he'll be in the store on Saturday, and it's pretty boring around Philly these days with no sports. It's a bye week for the Eagles, so we don't have much going on. We got a new executive in town for the 76ers. We'll dive into that maybe next week. But anybody's interested in something to do on Saturday, Tom Burgoyne will be at Carl's Cards from 12 to 1:30. So come on out.
All right. John, you're next.
There you go. Well, get your help out with the Humane Pennsylvania. Get out there and support them with their auction, or if not, even just donating if you can. Anything helps at this point. Get your votes in for fantasy football this week. We have, we're missing out on a few people right at the moment. I'm sure, I'm going to be going home. I got a lot of homework to do, but get your votes in. You're playing Mario this week, so let's get those votes up. I know you took a licking this week against Lauren and possibly Anthony's team, but I'm not sure. But get out and get your votes in, and let's have some fun with that and spread the word.
All right. We'll go Anthony. What do you got?
I don't have too much. It's slow. I'm waiting to hear from some of this minor league baseball stuff. Hopefully, with the season over, Major League Baseball have some type of schedule here in the next couple of weeks. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to next year. Hopefully, we could play. Maybe not in April, but from all the talks we've had, it looks by some point in May is what they're hopeful for. So, just hoping we can get that schedule and get that out there and go back to business as usual.
All right. Lauren.
So art auction aside, that's obviously one of our biggest fundraisers. Separately, I have 2 events coming up this weekend. Friday night, we are doing a belated Halloween party. We got canceled last Friday because of the very chilly, damp weather conditions. So we're doing that again this Friday. It's a Halloween party for kids and dogs. So the whole family's welcome to come out. Gates open at 4:30. Movie starts at 5:45. We'll be showing Hotel Transylvania, the first one. $2 admission to get in. Once again, all the money comes back to the organization. And then on Sunday, we have a flea market, and that's happening at our vet hospital building in Reading from 8 to 1. And all of those details can be found at humanepa.org.
All right. From my end, thanks again for everybody who's reaching out in the well wishes. I'm going to do whatever I can to be on the show as much as I can, just so I can keep John from talking about the Eagles too much. I think that's my new job. So,
Just when I thought we were friends, Mario.
we are. That's what friends do, John. I'd like to
I
thank
got the
my mom
rerun
for
going on right now. It's not getting any prettier on the rerun either.
Oh, God.
Jalen Hurts still fumbles the ball at the 1 yard line on the 2-point
See?
conversion.
He got to talk Eagles, so he's happy.
You know I'm going to get it in. I got the button here. Once you stop going, I can go on for another 15 minutes.
That's true, but nobody's going to be watching it.
Oh, they'll be watching.
God. So I would like to thank my mom for housing me, even though I bought her dinner. So it's kind of payment for, and I do have a better background, so maybe I'll come here next week. We're not sure.
That is a cool background.
And that kind of, I thought it kind of fit. So,
Very cool.
but with that, I'll say good night. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Rock
Thanks,
on.
guys. Thank you.